Thanks so much for joining us. Not quite the Long Beach Grand Prix yet, but a little sneak peek. All right, we are here with a guy who knows this track very well. You've won here before. How's it feeling out there for you?
It's good. You know, it's fun to be on, you know, the actual Long Beach circuit. You know, I know for most of the competitors here, this is their first time on the track. So I remember the first time I raced here, like you can't remember where you're going because the walls and you can't see and there's so much to take in. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, this is one of the coolest events I've ever been a part of, and happy to be back for a fourth year doing it. So this is cool.
All right, now the competition out here is a little bit stiff because some of you guys, again, have been out here. Again, some of these guys that are just, you know, it's the night before Christmas and they're just like so excited.
Yeah.
What is that like? Because you know the turns, you know where they are.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm fortunately, in a sense, racing in the pro division of the pro celebrity race. So everyone who I'm racing against has a lot of racing experience. So, you know, as far as these guys are concerned, everyone's good. The celebrities, I haven't really gotten to see them out there yet, but I remember, you know, the first year I did, like I said, it was just so much to take in and crazy. But I don't know, when we were up at Willow Springs doing like the pre-testing 2 weeks ago, I was shocked with how quick everybody got up to speed. You know, the good thing about these Scion TCs is that they're very evenly matched, and there's only one level of fast you can go. You know, where a lot of other race cars, you know, you get in a car and people could be driving it fast, but then a pro gets in it and they roll a lot more speed. You can't. These cars don't allow you to do that. So for me and like the other pros, we have to actually back off a little bit to go fast. It's weird, but so it's fun. It's gonna be a good race. Anytime you're in a car racing, there's a motor. It doesn't matter what.
It'll be bad, right?
It's awesome. It's so much fun.
I have a little secret to tell you. Oriol Servia is running around here today, and he's actually telling your competitors what to do.
Oh man!
So what is that?
I thought he was my friend.
I know, right? When you ask him to share the secrets with you.
He's only nervous that I'm gonna take his ride next year in IndyCar.
Everybody wants to know what you already know. You know how to win this race, so what do they have to do?
You know what? You have to just drive smart. It's last year. You know, I just slowly worked past people and waited for them to make mistakes. These cars only go so fast. They only will take turns so fast. So at the end of the day, it's the people that mess up are the ones that are going to lose position. And the people that run a nice straight line and a good race stand a chance.
Do you remember what it was like the first time you were ever out there?
The first time was like 15 years ago.
I know.
Yes. I do. It was a lot harder to see over the steering wheel. There was no fountain and that wonky turn over there. And I was racing with Weiland, and he had just painted this thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the configuration was a little bit different then, wasn't it?
The track was a bit different. This whole back section was different. Yeah. And there weren't so many people on this day.
There were, right?
There were like 10. I mean, at that point, it was literally like Kathy would take pictures, and then she would have to develop them and sell them somewhere.
Exactly.
You know, now this is already, most of these shots are already on the internet. By the time I get home, all these shots will have been sold.
That's it.
Yes.
I have a little secret to tell you.
The
Oriol
race will be over, and I'll be like, who the hell won? It happens
to come back
now. Right.
All right, Oriol Servia is running around here today, and he's telling all of your competitors what to do out in the track. So.
Really?
Yeah. So I just thought I'd give you a little heads up.
All right.
All right.
I'll meet him over at the porta potty.
There you go. Now, I think that you might have a little edge because actually you just got advice from Oriol Servia about this track. So I think you have a little edge over these celebrities.
So I still have to drive the car, you know.
You have to drive the car.
Yeah.
Yes. But how was it out there for you on the track this morning?
It was it was fun. You know, I mean, we're getting to know the track and following the instructor. So it's fun so far.
The car's a little warm, but are you a little warm after being out there is the question.
Can I just say,
Yes.
for the record,
Please.
oh God, I'm falling. I love my life. I'm very grateful to to get to do what I get to do. I'm grateful for Toyota, but most of all, I'm grateful that we get to raise awareness for the Children's Hospital. And I think out there, I was about lap 8 or 9 or 10, and I realized this is one of the greatest experiences in my life, and I'm truly, truly honored and privileged to get to be a part of it. And the adrenaline rush won't
Leave you anytime soon.
no, well past race day. This is just practice, mind you. Yeah, we're not even up to speed yet.
Is this your first time out there?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Ever? You've never done this before?
I've raced, but not in this race, not with the Toyota Pro Celebrity race. I race on a different circuit, kind of a secondhand poor man's racing circuit called the 24 Hours of Lemons. I've been to racing school. About 10 years ago, I went to racing school in anticipation of actually getting to do this race one day. I just needed all the right elements to come together, the right publicist, the right show, and lo and behold, 2011 was my year. So,
Which school did you go to?
I went to Jim Russell Racing School at Sonoma, up at Sears Point Raceway, and it was phenomenal. It was the Formula Fords open wheel. I went to a racing school at California Speedway, totally different. That's stock car, cup cars. So I just wanted to try the different styles, the different genres. Look, I grew up watching racing. We're about 100 yards away. Our stands on turn 9 right there. This is where traditionally I come and watch the race every year on Sunday, the IndyCar race, and even actually the celebrity race on Saturday. So it's so weird actually going from sitting in those stands to being on the track in these cars. It's a dream come true.
And I can relate to that as well, because growing up, we used to come to the race, and now here I am covering the race, and you're just like, how is this possible?
Right? The first time you get down in the paddock and you drive on the track, I mean, that's incredible, right?
It is. You know, some of the guys here, Brian Austin Green, some of these guys are kind of super competitive. They're doing this kind of semi-professionally. Frankie Muniz.
You said cocky, right? Oh, you said competitive. Sorry. I could swear she said cocky. Weird. Brian Austin Green, cocky? Never.
You're competitive, right?
Oh, not him. I gotta check my tires before I go on track, make sure there's no slash marks. It's very competitive, and everybody's very fast. I kind of thought, you come to this thing, it's a bunch of celebrities. We're a bunch of, pretty boys and girls on television and movies, and I thought, I've been to racing school, I'll hold my own. I gotta tell you, I'm barely keeping up, so the level of competition is extraordinary.
Let's talk about the cute guy factor, Jillian, because there are a lot of cute guys here.
It doesn't suck being me. No. From Michael Chuko to Stephen Moyer, Frankie Muniz, Kevin Jonas. A little young, but I'm a cougar. I'm a cougar.
Cougars are good.
And we've got Brian Austin Green, who's nice on the ice. Tito Ortiz, a big teddy bear. Yeah, Jaimin Hansu, strapping hunk of a man. Kim Coates, I'm digging him. He's a fellow Canuck. AJ Buckley. All these guys are Daniel Goddard. Have you seen him?
I have.
Not ugly.
Sorry, Toyota, but hey, I'm learning.
You're learning what the car can do, right?
I'm learning what the car can do, but the guy's going a little slow. If I took the same turn before when I was following the instructor and we took it no problem at all. I'm following the other guys and they took it slower and he stopped and I hit him. Accident happened.
Who was he?
I'm not sure who it was. Someone with the same color car as me. It is what it is. Thank God it's the first day and I'm learning, and thank God for Toyota because they're going to refix it and I'll be okay.
And they're going to give you a new car.
They give me a new car, right?
Brand
I
new
didn't
car.
like that car anyways. That car was horrible.
What color would you like now?
I would like a blue one. Yeah, a blue one would be nice.
Thanks for making my media day the best.
Yeah, right? Come on, I got to give you guys something to shoot, I want to be the first guy to wreck, but hopefully the first one to win it.
Give us bumper. It's like a car twirling your money, right?
Thank you. But I didn't realize I got it out now. I came off. No, I downshifted down second.
What did I tell you about Tito?
What did you want to do?
What did I tell you about Tito?
We're here with Oriol Servia. Oriol, your second time around with Newman Haas, but you're back.
Yeah, I'm so happy. It's one of the best teams in history. It's the team that I had my most success ever in 05. Then I had a couple of races in 09. We did great too. So we're both really, really looking forward to this season.
How do you get acclimated with a new team quickly? We've seen lots of drivers now not get sponsorship till the very end. So how long does it take you when you have to jump right in the car?
Well, I think like everything else, it's all about motivation. When you want to make it work, you make it work. The team is super motivated. They didn't have the best season last year. I didn't race last year, so I'm super motivated too this year to make it work. So that we didn't have a lot of time over the winter is not a big deal. We're happy to be together, to be working, to be in IndyCar, and to have a shot at winning every race. So
What were you doing last year when you weren't in IndyCar?
I was going crazy. I mean, honestly, because I thought I had a deal just before the first race of the season. Then I thought I had a deal before Indy. Then I had a deal later in the season. So, like, I kept thinking, like, in the next month I was going to be in a race car. In a way, it was good because it helped me, that hope, not to jump over the balcony, you know? Because I kept thinking, oh, I'm getting in the car. But at the end of the year, when I realized, man, I haven't raced, it was tough. Because, I mean, the truth is, if I would have known, then I would have gone and do something else, either another championship or at least work, you know? I got to pay my bills too. So at the end of the year, it was tough, but that's why I'm so happy that we were able to put this deal together with Newman Haas, Telemundo, one of the best teams ever. So we're looking forward to kicking some ass.
Well, and you know, a lot of your teammates that are at Newman Haas, they are very confident you'll be able to finish in top 10 and, you know, do well this year.
Well, we hope a lot more than top 10. I mean, when we were together in 05, we finished second in the championship. So that's what we know that Penske and Ganassi are very strong. They've been winning many, I mean, most of the races the last 3-4 years. So it's just really tough to get in it, in that fight. But we think we have the right components with the team, the engineering, myself. Today we just announced my teammate, James Hinchcliffe, will be teaming up with me for all the races, and I think that's awesome. He's a great driver, and I think that together we're going to be able to work very well, and that's what it takes. You need a teammate, at least one, especially when Ganassi and Penske, Ganassi have 4 cars on track and Penske has 3. It just makes it a lot tougher for the rest to get in that mix. So at least with 2 of us, it's a lot better than just one. So
I think he's going to be looking to learn from you because you're the veteran driver. I mean, you've been driving an IndyCar and kart for a long time.
Yeah, my first years in the States were 98, 99, where I drove Indy Lights. And that's what James have been doing the last 3 years. So he's coming from the same school I did. But I tell you, he doesn't need to learn much. He's super prepared. He's super fast. He's super committed. So I just think we're going to push each other like good teammates do, and we're going to work well, sharing all the info. Because I think we both know that that's what it takes. You know, you have to share everything to be able to get close to those guys at the front. So I'm really looking forward to it.
What kind of advice would you give him about the track here in Long Beach? Because of course qualifying is very important here.
Well, I'll give him most. I know, not everything. Yeah, it's just a very peculiar. I mean, street races. The main thing is not so much how the corners are; it's how the track changes every time we go on track. Because it's when we start
the bumps and the uneven pavement.
Right. See now, this is how the track is right now. Right. You know, there's a little bit of gravel. It's very dirty, very slippery. So the setup has to be okay for that, but also your driving style. Right. And then by Saturday qualifying, when we've been running here for 2 days, lots of cars, lots of good Firestone rubber down. Right. It's very different than this. It's very sticky. You can carry a lot more speed through the corners. You can brake a lot later. So that's, I think, the main thing in street races. You have to have in mind that the track's going to keep changing every session, and that's something you don't learn until you do it. So it takes a little bit of experience. I think that's where I can maybe help him a little.
So you have one race under your belt, and now this weekend you'll be in Alabama.
Yeah, we're going to be in Barber's Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama, which is a track that we did spring training this year, like 4 weeks ago. It's a track I didn't know before, and I thought it was one of the most difficult places I've been.
In what way?
Just the layout. The corners were super challenging, super fast, and blind. So you have to know your way around.
Yeah. Kind of like Sonoma, almost the Infinity.
Exactly. Very, very similar. With also a little more technical in the sense that you have corners with banking that suddenly disappear and comes back. So you just a lot of little tricks. But we had a great test. We finished the test 5th overall. So we're looking forward to this weekend to getting in the mix again up there.
It's a little roller coaster ride for you.
It will be a lot of up and downs that you'll see on the race.
Very good. Now, are you watching some of the celebrities out here today that are practicing for their race?
Yeah, I'm actually, I was invited to do the race as one of the pros this year. If I didn't have an IndyCar ride, but luckily,
Luckily you're busy, Oriel.
I'm gonna be driving a much faster car. But it's always fun to watch the race. I think Toyota actually they do a great job with the celebrities, and it's just a lot of fun to bring our racing world a little closer to Hollywood.
I'm here with Patrick Long from American Le Mans. We're doing a little sneak peek to the big race next week, Patrick.
I'm always excited to come out here. Every time we talk, it's all about the ambiance and the energy. The race itself is always awesome. It's always very, very difficult. With the ALMS, we have multiple series running for one piece of racetrack. So you've got to really bide your time and fight through the traffic. But if you keep it clean, Long Beach has been pretty good to me.
What is the most challenging part of the track here at Long Beach?
I think the tight sections, the final corner, turn 1 is always treacherous on the starts. Every single part of it has its own little character and demands something different from the car and from the driver. I think a big element of the racetrack is that it rubbers in or it gets more grip as the weekend goes through. So you have to adjust your driving style and your setup to that. But it's hard to stay focused at times when there's so many beautiful people around and great weather and family and friends. I'm SoCal guy, so it's always fun coming home and trying to stay focused on the job at hand.
Yeah, and you're doing double duty, I hear, next week.
Yeah, just it's not busy enough, so I figured I'd throw another series in there. I'm going to be with True Speed in the World Challenge. We started at St. Pete a couple weekends ago and had 2 victories to debut. So I think we've started and kind of got a target on our back, but that'll be Sunday afternoon. Standing starts, tons of action. We had over 49 cars on the track at St. Pete, so we're going to have lots of action in that. But my main focus will be Saturday afternoon in the American Le Mans Series. We're fighting the factory Corvettes, the factory BMWs. It's really been our kind of stake. We've won the last couple of years with Porsche and with Flying Lizard, but we've got a lot to defend this year.
Love your car. Do you want to get in some of the other cars?
I'm pretty biased. I'm pretty happy where I am. I love our product. I mean, what I'm sitting on right now is a GT3 RS. It's a street legal race car. This car you can take out to the racetrack and drive as hard as you can all day long. The brakes don't fade. The engine doesn't overheat. It's just, it has a lot of performance, but what I love about it is that it has performance all day long. And that's something that we need in endurance racing and we put into our street cars. But I love other types of cars. I think variety is the spice, but I think you'll find me in a Porsche as long as they want to have me around.
All right, we'll see you right back here in Long Beach for the big race. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.